This is the all-new Leapmotor B10. Yes, it's another Chinese electric SUV, but there is a difference. It's purple.
Purple rain, purple rain.
So first things first, let's talk about this, the logo, Leapmotor. So you might not have seen many of these around on UK roads. I mean, you've got at the moment the C10, which is a bigger SUV. You've got the little T03. Yes, this is another Chinese brand. However, this is under the Stellantis umbrella. Yeah, the brand as in the one that owns everything, Vauxhall, Peugeot, Fiat, etc, etc, etc. It's underneath that umbrella. Now in this video, we're going to tell you what it's like to drive, show you all the tech inside, tell you everything that's annoyed us a lot, and then reveal the price, which is actually quite impressive, but also comes with a big but.
Okay, design-wise, it looks like a lot of other SUVs, really, doesn't it? It does. I mean, you can see the nods to the C10, I guess. You've got the staggered lights at the front and the rear as well, plus that long rear light bar, which I think looks quite nice. The badging is very simple as well. There's no faff. Some people like that. Some people like a faffless car, not too over the top, very simple design, and that's what this thing is. It's got the nice flush door handles. It is worth noting, by the way, that at the moment this car does have Linglong tyres. Now, we have been told that eventually they will become Hankook tyres, but honestly it's not a bad looking thing, and you're going to be seeing a lot of Leapmotor in the UK over the next few years. I mean, it was only a year ago that they were only based in China. They are growing very quick.
I'll tell you what, it's quite nice in here. I'm genuinely pleasantly surprised by the nice materials and how nice and airy it feels in here. There's a couple of things I'd like to point out to you first before I sort of show you everything going on within the screen, because that's kind of the main thing. The screen here is nice and clear and crisp, and you've got all your information there, lovely, lovely, but it's actually attached to this. So when you're moving your steering wheel back and forth, it moves with it. And in my humble opinion, it feels too close to the steering wheel. I would rather it be that little bit further back so I can see it a little bit clearer. I would also like to point out that the windows have gone a classic Chinese brand. You have to go up to go down and down to go up. So I'm going to put it up and the window's going to go down. And then I'm going to put it down and the window's going to go up, which makes absolute sense, doesn't it? It really does. Third thing, when you open the door, the indicators turn on to the side of the door that you're opening. Now, I don't know if that's just kind of to let people know that you're about to open a door, but no one else would be aware that that's what you're doing. They'll just see you indicating to the left, even though you're already parked up or whatever. And it's one of those where I went, maybe I've done something wrong, maybe something's wrong with the car. But no, that's just what happens. When you open that side, it indicates over that way. Right, with the rest of the stuff that I kind of like. I like the cup holders. As soon as I sat in the car, it was the first thing I noticed. Sat inside here and I went, these are kind of sweet because you've still got room for storage. And then you can put them up and down. And they've got little rubbery bits on the inside, so it's gripping my Starbucks very, very well. And storage in here, I have to say, is pretty blooming good. I mean, the cubby in here is quite big and quite deep. You've got storage under here, obviously. Door bins are a really lovely size. This is very satisfying. While Manos was sat here earlier, he had his phone just kind of plonked there, like that. So if you've got a passenger and, I don't know, they want to watch a film or something on their phone, then they can just plonk that there and watch that and put their headphones in and not be so irritating for you. So that's nice. You've got wireless charging just on this side for the driver, not on that side. So you might end up fighting over that, but all of your cables and plugs and stuff are all kind of hidden underneath here. The screen, right. Everything is in the screen. This is a 14.6-inch screen. It's very kind of Tesla-esque, but not as intuitive as a Tesla. But it does have everything you need. It's got your wireless CarPlay, your wireless Android Auto, all that kind of stuff. I am getting a little bit annoyed with having everything in screens these days, like when it comes to your climate controls and that kind of thing. But eventually you do just kind of learn where everything is. So we did learn eventually that to close the panoramic roof, you press that and that closes. Because there's a little button there. Just gotta wait for that to shut. Boop. And then to open it, you press the same button. But also, this is where all of your drive modes are. This is where your regen braking is. So you don't have flappy paddles to change your regen. You have to go into the menu, into the settings, into the vehicle, into your ADAS to turn off all your bing-bongs, which I'll tell you later on, it does bing-bong quite a lot at you. But then you have to go into everything to change your drive modes and to change your regen braking, which personally I'd rather just be able to control here, because you've got 3 levels: weak, medium and strong. But again, you have to go bap, 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 to be able to do it, rather than just going blum blum, which would have been so much easier. But it's a nice experience being sat in here. I'm not complaining. It's quite a nice thing. It feels nice. These seats are very comfortable. They also have electric adjustment, by the way. But when you move the seat up and down, it kind of moves the seat up like this, rather than the whole seat. So if you are of the smaller variety and you need to have your seats a little bit higher, just a heads up, you'll put the seat up, then you might feel like you're going to slide off. That's also only available in the driver's seat, by the way. You can't move the passenger seat up and down. But as standard, you do get heated and ventilated seats in the front, which is very nice and very handy because it's quite warm here in Nice today. So that's been a joy. Just click on the seats there. Just do it in the menu there. Nice and easy. There is a wasp. It's gone. Well. It's very spacious back here. This is really spacious. Look, I'm genuinely quite surprised at this. They said in the presentation, best in class. And actually, yeah, that's set out for my driving position. I am 5'6.5", 169 centimetres. Always have to put it in centimetres for our European viewers. Look at this. Look at this. So much legroom. Loads of headroom. And I've got my sunglasses on my head. That's very impressive. It's very airy and very bright and just really quite nice back here. I like it. I do. I like it. Storage. Charging. Storage. Good door bins. Cup holders. And I don't want to say it. Can I say it? Is it like someone weighing in a bowl? Is that what that is? That's what that looks like. So I don't know what that is. It must mean something. I don't know. But this is nice. Yeah, this is impressive. Actually, okay, if you want to use this as a family car, your passengers will be very, very happy back here. This is very spacious, very bright, very airy. I like it very much. Fair play. Look at that though. The boot. We have 430 litres of space in here, which is actually a very, very nice size. You've also got a movable boot floor, but you can just use that as storage underneath if you keep it up a little bit higher, so you can put some stuff underneath there. It's quite high up. What have I done? It's quite high up, so if you need to get heavy things in, then it's quite a lot of heavy lifting. But if you fold down the rear seats, you can fit in even more stuff. So they fold down 60-40, and then you've got 1,700 litres of space. Oh, and by the way, there's a 25-litre frunk, which isn't really like a proper frunk. It's just like a bolted in plastic basket. Put your cables in there.
We know that you're not all looking for a new EV, and that's why we've built our very own used EV marketplace at electrifying.com. Yeah, packed with great deals and details like battery warranties so you can buy with confidence. So just scan the QR code on the screen to browse while you can keep watching.
Can I have a little moan? Charging. 11 kilowatt AC charging. I don't want to moan about that. DC rapid charging, 168 kilowatts. I don't want to moan about that. I want to moan about the language and the charging times, because everyone's choosing different numbers, and I feel like we need a set in stone way to do the numbers. So during the presentation, they said 30 to 80% in 20 minutes. But others are like 10 to 80%, 15 to 80%, 20 to 80%. And I want it to be uniform, because using 30 to 80 is cheeky. And that's very cheeky. 20 to 80, that's all I want to know. Stop throwing out 30s and 15s. Moan over. Oh.
By the way, this car does run an LFP battery. Now, if you haven't got a clue what an LFP battery is, basically, almost all modern electric cars have batteries that are either NMC or LFP chemistry. So NMC is a bit more common. especially in longer range cars, as it tends to be better for the range that it can deliver per kilowatt hour. Now, LFP tends to be a bit cheaper to produce and uses fewer rare earth metals. Now, both are very widely used and are tried and tested battery technologies. I mean, BYD, MG, even Tesla have been using LFP batteries for years, and we know that they are just as safe and just as durable as the more common NMC batteries.
Right, what's going on underneath this thing? So in the UK, we are only getting one battery option, which is the bigger battery. So it's got a 67.1 kilowatt hour battery, which is good for around 270 miles WLTP range. It's hard to tell you the efficiency that we are getting, but the wonderful Vicky Parrott drove it quite recently, actually. She had a little bit longer with the car, and she said she was getting just over 4 miles per kilowatt hour. So that's not too bad, especially for a car of this size. But in terms of horsepower, we've got 218 horsepower, so that will be 0 to 62 in around 8 seconds. Perfectly fine. I think for a car of this size, they don't really need to be that much faster. This isn't the kind of car that you're going to throw in sport mode and chuck it around corners. It's not that car. This is definitely a nice, gentle family car. Squishy family car. Wallowy family car. Got kids that get car sick, maybe don't take them on too long a road trip or around country lanes, because they'll be like, what? Feeling a little bit sick in the back. Oh, earlier on I mentioned that we were going to tell you what annoyed us a lot about this car. That is the bing-bongs. It bing-bongs a lot. It's like the lane keep assist. It really wants to keep you right in the middle of the lane. So even if you just get slightly close to the line, it's bonging at you. And it's constantly making sure that you're paying attention, which is a good thing. Safety and all that is a good thing. But it's very annoying for me. You have to switch everything off within the screen. But earlier on, right, we got in the car. I drove for about 15 minutes. And then it was bonging at me, telling me to take a break. Now, I don't know if that's just the car telling me that I look tired, which frankly, I find offensive. Don't think I look tired. And then you have the sat-nav. Now, I think the majority of people will open up Apple CarPlay or Android Auto and use your Google Maps or your Apple Maps and that kind of thing. If you use the sat-nav within the car, she does not shut up.
Pass the first exit.
Shush.
Pass the second exit.
Yes, I know.
Pass the third exit.
What are you doing? Why are you telling me this?
Exit the roundabout, then keep on the right and take the ramp. Keep on the right and take the ramp. Don't drive onto the bridge.
She really does. She just keeps yapping at you. She's one of those women that just doesn't shut up. And every little turn, every sign, every speed change, even when we were moving into a slightly different town in France, she's telling you about it. She doesn't need to tell you about it, but she just did not shut up.
Joining main road ahead. Watch out for vehicles on the left.
And it was like every few meters. This is going to happen in a few meters. Yeah, I know, you told me like 10 meters ago. You can be quiet now. So if you want to listen to music, she's going to ruin all of it. The regen is okay. At the moment, we've got it set on strong. And I lift off the accelerator, and it's like it takes a moment to go, oh yeah, you want me to brake? I see. And it's not as firm as I would want it to be. I'm wondering if, because this is under the Stellantis banner, that maybe, I don't know, like in a year or a couple of years' time when they do a facelift version, they'll eventually add in the new sort of Stellantis flappy paddles, and then you can control it that way rather than having to do everything within the screen, and that might improve. It also might not. It depends on what they want to do. That's just me being hopeful, isn't it? So we have one electric motor that is at the rear. So yeah, it's a rear-wheel drive, which, I don't know, you'd normally put those in cars that you'd want to be a little bit more fun, but this is not something that you would want to have too much fun in because it's so squish. But it's dealing with like little lumps and bumps in the road pretty well. It's very soft, it's quite nice. The steering, there's not much feel to it. If you put the steering in sport mode, it adds a little bit more weight to it, but not quite enough. And then if you put it into comfort mode, it's like you're basically, you can do this and you're still going in a straight line. You know, like how they drive in the movies when they're like this. Yeah, not a lot of weight to the steering. Ginny won't like that. Ginny likes to have like hardcore steering. Right, I'm on the motorway right now. And the wind, I can just hear wind all around the car. And it's not windy outside because none of the trees are moving. It's really, you can hear the wind everywhere. It's quite loud.
Watch out for large animals.
Large animals on the road ahead.
5.3 kilometers.
She's reading the signs and telling me what the signs say, even though I can see the signs. So that was like there's deer on the road sign, but then she's telling me, look out for large animals. It's like she's treating me like I'm blind. All in all, I'd say this is. You please be quiet. I'm gonna have to shut her up now. I can't. I'm gonna throw this car off a cliff. She keeps talking to me anymore. It's not something that I would be going, well, you should get one of these. But if you get one, I would go, it's all right. If you're doing sort of motorway stuff, it's quite noisy. It's more of a city car, really. I'm done. So on this car, there's also, it's like a pet mode in a Tesla. So if you go in scenarios, there, and you can do like cleaning mode that will close all the windows and stuff, but you've got guard mode where you turn it into pet mode. But he's not really a pet, but looks a little bit more like a pet now. So that will leave the car at a nice temperature for him while he has a nice sleep, catches up on things. Oh, meanwhile, while I go check into the hotel, let me tell you about the price. So at the moment, it's just under £31,500. But the problem with that car is at the moment, it's not eligible for the government grant. But you do get something called the LEAP grant, which basically takes off £1,500 from your price. So that takes it under £30,000. Right, I'm checking in now. I'm just going to leave them there. Subscribe and things. I'll see you next time. Bye.